Welcome everyone to the first devlog for Legend of the Abyss. As you can see, the game, well, it's not exactly the best game ever yet, but maybe one day it'll be. That's actually the goal. I'll just show you guys how it plays because I spent a little bit of time on this. I'm pretty proud. So right now, it's supposed to be the first version of the game will be a 2D roguelite. As you can see, it's just a little square jumping around, but I got this dash configured, and I got this little jump here. You can kind of go here and square and see what's cool. I never did game design before, so you can kind of tweak a little bit of everything. See, my move speed here is 8. I can do 15. Now it's much faster. So as a lifelong gamer myself, I actually got Challenger in League of Legends, and I used to play a lot of Call of Duty as well. I have a lot of pride just having done this, and it's also cool to see how games work behind the scenes. So yeah, this is basically the foundation of every game, just like a screen and then the sprite, which is your player. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about kind of like the idea behind the game. Let's switch over here. I want to start with League of Legends, and you may disagree with this, but I think League of Legends is basically the best game ever made, for a few reasons. I think it's just such a well done ecosystem of both a highly replayable game, both for highly competitive players and casual players. The community is also huge. I remember I started playing League in high school, and I would meet people in high school that played League. I would go out anywhere you went. It was a cultural phenomenon. Anywhere you met people that played the game, and it was such an experience to play this game. So I love this game. I actually put tens of thousands of hours into this game. It's hard to say, but I just took this random account because it's like time played. My account is not active anymore, so you can't see. But I easily spent 20,000 hours here, which, yeah, when you think about it, you waste a lot of time, okay? So that's the whole point. But these guys, basically, they're rinsing us, okay? They make so much money off the game. Literally billions annually. Riot Games is worth tens of billions of dollars. And what do we get out of return? At best, we get entertainment, okay? So this is Web 2 compared to Web 3. Meaning that the cynical version would be saying that these companies are rinsing us of our hard-earned money, and making billions out of it. I think you got to give them a little bit more credit than that. Entertainment is a valuable thing, but I think I don't really play video games myself anymore because I can't really justify it. I have goals in real life. I'm trying to set myself up for the future. So spending tens of thousands of hours for me was only possible in my teens and my early 20s. That's how I got Challenger multiple times in League of Legends, and then I was a booster as well. So I kind of made some money that way. And some people also make some money from YouTube and Twitch, kind of like third-party platforms. That's the way to make money out of Web 2, basically, to create your own platform out of it. I think with Web 3, we have a new way to make some money, to have items actually be worth something. Nowadays, I get zero value out of my account. If I were to sell my account, by the way, it has 500 skins, so I spent probably $2,000 to $3,000 of my own money on the account. Plus, there used to be like Right points tournaments. You play this tournament, then you get 5,000 RP. Dude, I won that. I won at least 10 or 20 of those. Let's say 15 to be conservative. Plus, I spent, like I said, tens of thousands of hours starting in season 2, so it's an old account. And if I sold the account today, it'd be worth like at best $300 or $400. Like, it's worth nothing. But if usually an asset grows over time, I don't know if you guys are into investing, but any asset, that's the whole point. An asset, it grows over time. If it goes down over time, that's a liability, okay? So basically our time that we spend gaming is a liability, which is why I can pretty confidently say that the Riot MMO is going to be kind of trash. Not because it's actually going to be trash, which, by the way, it could actually be, just because these big companies, they have so much bureaucracy, so many different incentives, they could actually fuck it up. But even if it's a good game, if you're a serious person trying to make big goals in life, the economy is tough, you're gonna waste your time. I know, because I used to play this game Dofus. I played a few other MMOs, but Dofus is the game I played the most. Once again, probably spent at least 10,000 hours in the game. Maybe not 20 or 30 like I spent in League, but definitely a lot of money and time. And how much what do I have to show for it today? Basically zero. I have good memories, that's great. But all these rare items I had in the game, all this stuff, this gear that I built up, where is it? It's nowhere. It's lost on the Akama servers. My account literally got deleted, so it's literally lost. But if it was blockchain items, it would actually be valuable items, collectibles. Why don't I have my items today? I would love to just have it, even if it's just a collectible that I could show to people, like 2008 rare item or whatever, gone, dude. That's why I think the blockchain has so much potential, and that's my goal with Legend of the Abyss, to make it a game where people can actually play and earn back, have some actual utility built into their life from the game. I think it's going to be quite challenging to do. There are some Web3 games today, and usually they kind of suck, but I think I'm in a unique position because I've played so many games and I've put a lot of effort and thought into this, so I think I can actually make potentially the best game in the world. So stay tuned, let's see what we can do. Take a look here, we can see the current best Web3 games. These are kind of random, but I think Axie Infinity, that's the classic one. I think it was very popular in the Philippines because of the currency convention. I think it kind of crashed now, but it was not that great of a game. It's just kind of like farming stuff. But Gods Unchained, I think, yeah, it's a TCG. And then Seraph in Darkness. Actually, I've not checked that out, so maybe that's good. But I think we're still early in this, you know. Right now it's 2026, June 2026. I think in 5 years, in 2031, 2030, they're going to start to be the norm, you know, because people are going to realize more and more that our time is valuable and we can't spend it playing nonsense, you know. So I don't know what's going on with this game. I'll look a bit more into it. I haven't so far, to be honest. But I think so far, there's still a big gap in the market. So if I start making the game now, the idea, I'll show you guys in a little bit. Actually, I'll show you guys right now. This is basically the roadmap. So I'm going to start with a 2D roguelite. From what I researched, basically the easiest kind of game to make, and I want to make it really snappy, fast gameplay, kind of like Dead Cells, kind of like Oblivion Override, but dark fantasy. And then from that, actually release the game, put it in early access, start to create a community around it. And then I'm going to make a TCG. I've actually already made cards for it. I'll show you guys. I'll put it in the video. I think it's just it's the same thing, you know. That's why Pokemon is so important. People want value associated with their IP, what they care about. And I think you're kind of kidding me that Pokemon is the best trading card game that you can make. I think it's super fucking boring. So I think in 20 years, there'll be many more valuable kind of like external games, and hopefully Legend of the Abyss is one. For that, I'm going to make a manga as well. It's just kind of easy now to generate manga images, and then I have actually a whole lore built up for the game. So it's going to be a real lived-in kind of environment, eventually turn into an anime as well. And then the 2D arena PvP game, that's going to be kind of like the online game format of it. From what I understand, it's much harder to make an online game than a single player roguelite because of like netcode and connectivity and stuff like that. And I want it to be a really good PvP game. I'm a highly competitive player. Like I said, I was challenger, so I want it to be really cool. And then we're gonna start to implement slowly but surely Web3 elements here. There's gonna be collectible items that you get in the roguelite from the dungeon. You can use these items in this gear in the PvP game, and eventually, big balls, we're gonna make the VR Web3 MMO. I think VR is the future. It's not there yet, but eventually, especially when you can use AI to generate beautiful worlds that you can kind of live in. What do you want those worlds to be? You want them to be real. You want them to be kind of like valuable to be into. You don't want to just waste your time in a VR nonsense. You want people to go in and make money. Imagine you have I don't know if I want to call it a shift. That sounds kind of boring, but you can be, you know, like a fisherman in a fantasy village for like 30 minutes and get something out of it. And then you do something else. And instead of just wasting your time, you know, like playing World of Warcraft, and the only thing you have from it is, you know, dopamine and memories, you can actually have valuable stuff that you bring to real life. Because, for example, right, the more you play a game, it's kind of like the worse your life gets, you know? If somebody told you they play the game 12 hours a day, do you think they're like a charismatic, person with like a life set up, or do you think they're kind of like, you know, like basement dweller nerd? Maybe at best they got their, you know, it's kind of like their off time from work and they kind of use it to recharge, but fuck you. If you can make a little bit of money without ruining the game, without making a grind fest, I think this is a formula for victory. So let's see what we can do.